नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू द एनालिसिस ऑफ द हिंदू। आज डेट है 18 सितंबर 2020। मैं अभिषेक आपके लिए लेके आया हूँ द हिंदू एडिटोरियल एनालिसिस, जिसे आप पूरा समझने के लिए वीडियो तो एंड तक देखते रहिए। इसके साथ वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। नाउ लेट्स बिगिन टुडेस एनालिसिस। इन द फर्स्ट फेज टुडे वी विल सी Hasimrat Kaur quits cabinet in protest of against two agri bills. My decision symbolizes अकाली दल's commitment to safeguarding farmers' interest. इसमें क्या है कि अकाली दल के जो SAD सिरमोनी अकाली दल, उनका एक MP थे हरसिमरत कौर, जो कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर से अपना इस्तीफा दे दिया है। मिस बादल ट्वीटेड दैट शी हैड रिजाइन्ड इन प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट द एंटी फार्मर ऑर्डिनेंस एंड लेजिस्लेशन. The proposed legislation seek to promote barrier-free trade of farm produce by facilitating contract farming as well as the agricultural marketing outside notified agricultural produce market committee, which is APMC, which is also known as the mandis. Farmers are worried about the dilution of the existing minimum support price, that is MSP regime, as well as the entry of the corporates with a greater bargaining power than the small farmers. जो एग्री बिल्स लाया गया था उसी के लिए, प्रोटेस्ट के लिए ये इन्होंने छोड़ दिया है. Now let's see another news. The rest thing that will be continued in the page 8 only. Now let's see. No force can stop our troops from patrolling. LAC routes are well defined. Rajnath. No force on the earth can stop Indian soldiers from patrolling along the normal routes, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said yesterday in the Rajya Sabha. The Ministry of External Affairs said that at the recent meetings between the Foreign Minister and the Defense Ministers of the two countries in the Moscow, there was a consensus of 5 points that there should be a quick, complete disengagement of troops from all the friction areas along the LAC, that is the line of actual control. Now let's see, there is another news. First regulate digital media, government tells Supreme Court. The Union government on Thursday said the Supreme Court should frame guidelines drawing the line between the journalistic freedom and the responsible journalism for digital media first, rather than mainstream electronic and print media. तो प्रिंट मीडिया में जितना भी दिया गया था छूट, उसके लिए ये वाला पूरा टॉपिक है. यू कैन हैव ए लुक ऑन दिस ऑल्सो. इज द क्वाड राइजिंग आफ्टर चाइनाज चैलेंज एट द LAC. LAC के बारे में टॉपिक फिर से आया है. आज का पूरा न्यूज़पेपर में सिर्फ LAC और ऑर्डिनेंस बिल्स, इसके साथ और 2-3 टॉपिक है. अच्छा एडिटोरियल भी है हम जो सीखेंगे एट द लास्ट. नाउ द क्वाड्रिलेटरल will be useful, but it will not be the answer to the challenge of India is facing. As India faces China's challenge over the ground situation at the line of actual control is the maritime coalitions in the Indo-Pacific, the quadrilateral comprising India. On this context, Ashok Kantha said, as the defense minister pointed out, we are in the middle of an unprecedented situation. We have had standoffs along the India-China border in the past, but what's happening this time is really different. Now some more reports has been given. Now let's see here. Chinese actions at the boundary have tended to be about bilateral issues between the China and India, or how Beijing is looking at the region or thinking about the assertive posture, the other thing that they think we have seen. Let's move to the another news. On the basis of the environmental studies, this topic is given. For the welfare of the animals, several aspects of the Prevention of the Cruelty to Animals Act need reconsideration. For a country that adheres to Ahimsa, India's treatment of its animals betrays a moral failure. Over the past year alone, there have been reports of animals being subjected to the sexual abuse, acid attacks, being thrown off rooftops and being burnt alive. A major factor that enables such violence is an inept legal framework. The Prevention of the Cruelty of the Animals, that is PCA Act 1960, punishes the most serious forms of the animal violence with a penalty fine of ₹50. Now, in accordance with this, there is a report came in the section 11. List of series of the offences are given, which vary from abandoning an animal to kicking it, mutilating it, and killing it, and even prescribes the same punishment for all those offences. Severe offences are treated on the par with less severe ones. This is a clear departure from the established principles of the penology. Here, the PCA Act a plethora of exceptions which significantly dilute the protections available to the animals. Blunt needle branding is traditionally done by applying a hot iron directly on the animal skin to imprint an identification mark on its body. These procedures cause tremendous physical and psychological pain to the animals. On August 10, people of the ethical treatment of animals, that is PETA, India moved the Delhi High Court seeking the enactment of proper regulation for such animal husbandry procedures. इसी के तहत the PCA Act also suffers from the ambiguity in definition. The law was enacted to prevent the infliction of necessary pain or suffering on animals. The Constitution requires all the citizens to have compassion for living creatures. We must seek to protect the most vulnerable among us. In this space, there is another topic that is covering Parliament during a pandemic, with new measures in place piecing together political puzzles in a challenge. ये topic जो है from the exam point of view it is not important, but you can have a reading on this. Now let's get into the next page. No force can stop our troops from patrolling. जो पहले पेज का पहला न्यूज था जो राजनाथ सिंह जी ने बोला था उसी के ऊपर है. This requires strict adherence to the bilateral agreements and protocols and not making unilateral attempts to change the status quo, Rajnath Singh said. Chinese presence in the strategic Dapsang Plains at a crucial area called the Bulge and PLA troops have also been blocking Indian Army patrols from reaching the patrolling points. 10 to 13 of the limit of the patrolling limits have been crossed, for which China is exceeding the limits of the boundary and coming inside India's boundary, that is by bringing the Chinese troops closer to the 255-kilometer long crucial Darbuk-Sayak DBO road. Now let's see another news from the first page only. First, regulate digital media, government tells Supreme Court. The government said web-based news portals, YouTube channels as well as over-the-top platforms had huge potential to become viral. The center's 33-page affidavit is not the limited to Sudarshan TV. It focused on the larger aspects of the framing of the media guidelines. It said digital media should not be overlooked at any cost. तो हालांकि हुआ क्या था, सुदर्शन टीवी एक न्यूज़ चैनल था जिसमें एक न्यूज़ आया था जिसमें कहा गया था that UPSC is totally tilted towards the Muslims. That means it is biasing for the Muslim as more number of the Muslim candidates are getting into the UPSC प्लेटफॉर्म, जिसके लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये वाला रिपोर्ट दिया था एंड a case is been filed on Sudarshan TV also. Even Supreme Court said on the September 15 the court that journalistic freedom is not absolute. With this topic is completed. Now let's see another topic. Vaccine by early 2021, said by Harshvardhan. Extensive planning on for the management of the scenario, says the health minister. Union Health Minister Harshvardhan told the Rajya Sabha on Thursday that there was a possibility that a vaccine against COVID-19 would be out by early 2021 that the government was aiming. Now let's see what happens. The global coordination, that the total global population depends on India for a better and inexpensive vaccine that India should launch. Vaccine can come in the future, as said by the health minister, and even the whole world is waiting for India. Under the Prime Minister, an expert group is studying this. We expect by the beginning of the next year we can have a vaccine in the country. In this regard, we are also coordinating with the WHO and the global organizations. India was among the few countries globally that had succeeded in isolating the virus. With this, another topic is being added. The country's recovery rate of 78% was one of the highest in the world. Deaths in India due to the pandemic were fewer than in many nations in Europe. On this context, a query replying to a query on the use of the BCG vaccine for COVID-19 treatment, he said 6 clinical trials had been registered and the ICMR was the part of this study. Not all the convalescent plasma may have protective effect. Not all the plasma from those who have recovered from the COVID-19 in India may contain enough protective antibodies, says a multi-institutional study led by researchers in the country. However, in the PLACID trial, among the largest studies of its kind and spread across 39 hospitals and 464 participants, the ICMR concluded that plasma therapy neither helped reduce mortality nor prevented moderately ill patients from manifesting severe COVID-19. The latest study underscored that only the IgG antibodies that bind to the receptor binding region of the coronavirus spike protein, which attaches itself to the body and the healthy cells and also infiltrates. US keen on finalizing BECA at 2+2 dialogue. Maritime Information Agreement is also under active consideration. The US is keen that India sign the last foundational agreement, Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement for the Geospatial Cooperation BECA at the next India-US 2+2 ministerially dialogue likely to be held on the October end. A defense source said this on Thursday. Now, a maritime information agreement is also under active deliberation between India and the US, the source said. Once concluded, India will have such arrangements with all the Quad countries like Australia, Japan and the US also. There has been a sharp increase in India's maritime interaction with the Quad countries on a bilateral basis, centered around the information sharing for improved maritime domain awareness, that is MDA, in the Indian Ocean region and the Indo-Pacific region. Now, India-Pakistan to attend the SAARC meet. Jaishankar and Shah Mahmood Qureshi are expected to meet via video conferencing on the September 24. Days after India-Pakistan tensions spilled over into a meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, that is SCO, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi are expected to meet via a video conference at the South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation SAARC meeting on September 24. Here another news is there. US to strengthen relationship with India. Top US official says China's recent action on the LAC reinforce US Indian strategic partnership. China's recent action along the line of actual control, that is LAC, have caused the US to develop its partnership with the India to counter Chinese aggression. A top Trump administration National Security Council NSC's official said. Ms. Curtis said India and the US should focus on its issues where they are converging interests and operationalize their cooperation around those specific issues and accept that there will be policy differences between them on the other issues also. She referred to China becoming more involved in the political dynamics of the South Asian countries. We are starting to see more openness from the India in the particular in discussing these issues, She said India had started helping countries such as Maldives, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh with their economic issues as per the White House advisor. Pak to make Gilgit-Baltistan a full-fledged province, report said. Imran to make an announcement during his visit to this region. Pakistan has decided to elevate Gilgit-Baltistan status to that of a full-fledged province. A Pakistani media reporter on Thursday quoted senior minister as saying, India has clearly conveyed to Pakistan that the entire union territories of the Jammu and Kashmir and the Ladakh, including the areas of the Gilgit and Baltistan, are an integral part of the country, that is of India, by virtue of its fully legal and irrevocable accession. On Wednesday, according to a report in Express Tribune, Minister for Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan Affairs Ali Amin Gandapur said that the Prime Minister Imran Khan would visit the region and make the formal announcement to elevate Gilgit-Baltistan to the status of a fully fledged province with all the constitutional rights. Mr. Gandapur also said that works on the Makponda's special economic zone would begin under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, that is CPEC. For the first time, Vistara Airlines is providing Wi-Fi on board. That is, Vistara has become the first Indian airline to introduce Wi-Fi connectivity on its flights to London. With this, the total newspaper study has been completed. No further news are important as from the exam point of view, but now the rest part is there. That is the most important one, that is editorial section. Now let's move to the editorial section. Before moving to the editorial section, अगर आप चैनल पे नए हैं तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करें, साथ ही साथ बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस करें ताकि न्यूज़ से रिलेटेड कोई भी टॉपिक आपको मिले तो आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाएगा. और अगर एडिटोरियल से जुड़ी कोई भी न्यूज़ आपको कुछ डाउट है तो आप हमारे टेलीग्राम लिंक पे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं और चैनल पे कमेंट भी करके बता सकते हैं ताकि हम आपका इशू सॉल्व कर सकें. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आए तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. Telegram link is given in the description. You can check it out. Need for the caution, that is in the editorial section. It is given very good topics are there in the editorial section today. Need for the caution. India needs more than one vaccine, but all must come through their long gestation. Gestation means probationary period. Russia's candidate vaccine for COVID-19 appears to have found a midwife in India. The Russian Direct Investment Fund, RDIF, which is piloting the Sputnik V vaccine, has announced a partnership with the Hyderabad-based Dr. Reddy's Laboratories to conduct a phase 3 trial or the large multi-location human. RDIF would supply 100 million of doses to India. In this deal between the Pune-based Serum Institute of India and the United-based AstraZeneca for the Oxford University developed Chadox-1 vaccine. Sputnik V vaccine is developed as a 2-dose vaccine on a human and adenovirus vaccine platform. As published in the Lancet, suggests that evidence so far is that it has proven safe and efficacious enough to progress to the next stage of the trials. Controversially, Sputnik V has been granted a pre-approval by the Russia regulators even before phase 3 trials have been completed. As published in the Lancet, suggests that the evidence so far is that it has proven safe and efficacious enough to progress to the next stage of the trials. Controversially, Sputnik V has been granted a pre-approval by the Russia regulators even before the phase 3 trials have been completed. The Serum Institute has committed to producing 100 million doses of its vaccine for India and on the other low and middle income countries at less than $3 per dose as given by the reports. In a reasonable time, but it must not forget that the vaccines must go through their inevitably long gestation to ensure that only those that are safe and efficacious make their way to the market. reject this inequitable climate proposal. The UN Secretary General recent advice to the Indian amounts to asking for its virtual deindustrialization and stagnation. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for the India to give up the coal immediately and reduce emissions by 45% by 2030 is a call to the deindustrialize the country and abandon the population to a permanent low development trap. Lecture on August 28 at the Energy Resource Institute, that is TERI, in New Delhi, called on India to make no new investment in the coal after 2020. Principles of the United Nations Framework Conventions on Climate Change that distinguish sharply between the responsibilities and the commitments of the developed countries, those of the developing countries. Even further, by asking India and China to reduce their emissions by 48% by 2030. Now let's see India's track record. Its renewable energy program is ambitious, while its energy efficiency program is delivering especially in the domestic consumption sector only. India is one of the few countries with at least 2 degrees Celsius warming compliant climate action and one of a much smaller list of those currently on track to fulfilling their Paris Agreement commitments. The extent of the temperature increase, India's contribution by 2017 was only 4% for population of 1.3 billion, whereas European Union with a population of only 448 million was responsible for 20%. If you will see for the per capita, that means per area, the rate of pollution is more in the European Union rather than the Indians. Currently, roughly 2 gigawatt of the coal based generation is being decommissioned per year, which implies that by 2030 India will have only 184 gigawatt of coal based generation, but meeting the 2030 electricity consumption target of 1580 to 1660 units per person per year, based on the continuation of a slight increase of the current decadal growth rate, will require anywhere between the 650 gigawatt to 750 gigawatt of renewable energy, which gives a critical on the technology development, including the improvements in the efficiency of the conversion of the energy from its source into the electricity, in the management of the corresponding electricity grids, as well as the advance in the storage technologies. Apart from the impossibility of the Indian implementing a 48% reduction in the emission by 2030, the advice by the UN Secretary General taken all together, India must unanimously reject the UN Secretary General's call and reiterate its long-standing commitment to an equitable response to the challenge of the global warming. Criticism, the judiciary, and a word of advice, another topic. Now let's see. The fights created stalked by the Justice Arun Mishra using the power of the contempt to the convict Prashant Bhushan for free speech still rage. While so, here comes another contempt action by the Madras High Court judge. The Tamil actor Surya, who supports public causes, had issued a statement highlighting that he felt was differential treatment. That is, that when due to a fear of the novel coronavirus, the court is delivering justice through the video conferencing, it is asking the students to go and write the NEET exam without fear. This was the statement given by the Tamil actor Surya. In the previous reports also, in the previous days also, I have explained this topic. If you want to see that video, you can go to the I section, I button, click on the I button and see the video. It was repeated news again. Here there is an act. Freedom of the speech is not just Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution. Remember, from the exam point of view, this Article 19(1)(a) is important from as it states the freedom of speech. Rest things are there, you can go through it. There is from the exam point of view only I have explained. Rest things you can read for yourself. With this, thank you for watching this video. आपको वीडियो कैसा लगा कमेंट करके जरूर बताइए. अगर आप चैनल पे पहले से ही है तो आप लाइक कर दीजिए ताकि हमारा मोटिवेशन भी बढ़ता रहे. और अगर आप चैनल पे नए हैं तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब और आप बेल आइकन को भी दबा सकते हैं ताकि इससे रिलेटेड कोई भी नोटिफिकेशन आप जल्द ही जल्द पा सके. और हमारे टेलीग्राम लिंक को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल ना भूलें. थैंक यू. जय हिंद. स्वच्छ रखें अपने चारों ओर. स्वच्छ भारत. जय हिंद.